Yeah. Please tell me that I can't get home, that I'm real, but I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad and the good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Each say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just
Yo, what's going on with you YouTube? Jumpman Chris here. We're coming back at y'all with another vid, and what we have here today, bam, that's right, and these are the Air Jordan 4 Thunder. That's right, man, and this is the original Air Jordan 4 Thunders. These first came out back in 2006 and then also re-retroed in 2012. And now we're getting another retro in 2023. I think this is a treat. I'm happy to have it. You guys already know the new wave with Air Jordan 4s as of lately. In some of the releases, we're starting to get some of the old retros that's coming out. Like we're going to be getting the reimagined Bread 4. Supposedly we were supposed to get the military blues with the Nike in the back, which I cannot wait. But this is definitely another treat to have. I wasn't able to get this back in the day, so I'm glad to have this finally back in the collection. Now, I think a lot of people are actually wondering, how's the quality? Definitely with Nike's quality control, you gotta be careful, because I have seen some crazy stuff, especially on these things. We just had a shock drop, like over 160,000 pairs supposedly came out. Also men's GS sizes, preschool sizes, and all that. But we're supposed to be getting another release or full release on May 13th. Will probably be a super duper GR, so I don't think anyone's gonna have that crazy amount of problems getting these things as long as you put a little bit of footwork. But trust me, you guys already know all the resellers, all the moms, all the OG heads, all the sneaker heads, and all the hype beasts that loves Air Jordan 4. So everybody's gonna go after this shoe. So there might be a little bit of trouble. But I just think if you do a little bit of footwork, you should be just fine. But they will be everywhere. I think it's gonna be super GR. It comes in men's sizes, GS sizes, and preschool sizes, and also taller sizes. I'm expecting at least 500,000 stock or something like that out there. Now, a lot of people also are going to compare these to last year Red Thunders and also in 2021's Lightnings. Now, you guys can compare what do you like more better, the Lightnings, the Thunders, or the Red Thunders. Me, personally, I'm an OG head, so I'm always going to pick the OG colorways. You know, I'm always going to pick, even though it's not an OG colorway, I get that. But, you know, they came back out when they first, 2006. So, I will always pick the original Thunders. But my surprise, I think this new age, I'm not sure if they don't like the yellow or they don't like the black and yellow or something. I don't know. I think a lot of people actually like the Red Thunders better, which I guess I can agree. You know, it's red, it's cool, and I don't think that many people actually somewhat like the Lightnings. It's maybe because it's too much yellow. You know, to me, I think it's fine. I think it's another great colorway, but this one is just another great one to have, you know, for the collection. I'm sure there's gonna be some decent fits you can probably put together. Maybe, you know, if you're a Steelers fan, maybe you can put in like some Lakers colorway or something. I'm sure you can try to make this work, but overall I still think it's a good colorway. I actually personally don't really like the Red Thunders that much, just because I feel like this red is just a little too pinkish for me. It's fine, I don't like hate it by any means. I'd rather just wear like a Bread 4 than, you know, if I was gonna wear a black and red. But I don't have any yellow and black Air Jordan 4, so this is actually a really nice colorway, and it just looks great on feet. Now, set to release May 13th, and they will retail at $210, and I think GS sizes are gonna retail at $150. So we got another price hike on these Air Jordan 4s, but Nike already knows it's gonna sell out, so it doesn't even matter. GS sizes, preschool sizes is probably all gonna sell out, and they're probably actually gonna go for a little bit of bread. Now, to my surprise, that these actually been kind of tanking a little bit, which is like I said, man, I just think maybe the new generation doesn't appreciate the OG colorways like this, or just the re-retro of these coming out, or maybe because it's just yellow. But overall, I really think it's a really nice shoe. I'm glad to have this in my collection. You just cannot go wrong with an all black Air Jordan 4 with a little bit of that yellow into it. Just reminds me of like that little bumblebee and all that stuff here. So it looks great to me. But anyways, let's just go ahead. Let's get into this review real quick, huh? It does come with a flip up box. It comes with a cement print paper and also a bit of yellowing on the inner of the box here, and you get the cement blackout print on the box, and you have that flight with that yellow Jumpman here in the middle. All right, so let's give this a 360 of these shoes, and I just might want to say they're looking fresh. They are looking really, really nice. Now the entire shoe on the upper here is this black nubuck material here throughout the entire shoe. It's actually pretty nice and soft. If you guys can see, it's all throughout. Yellow midsole onto the sides, and you got that clear see-through air bubble in through the midsole. Your yellow lace eyelids here on the side. You get your rubber netting with the little pop in that yellow through, and even on the side too as well, the little rubber netting on the side. And then moving on to the back here, you had that embossed white Jumpman on the back. You got the pull tab on the heels here. On the laces, already laced up, this flat rope laces all the way to the tongue here. And you guys see on the top of the tongue, you have this big flight tag here on the tongue, that flight and that white Jumpman onto the middle of the tongue here. And then on back of the tongue, just like on all Air Jordan 4s, you have a little bit of that yellow sock liner, and then on the back of the tag it does says Air Jordan. And you have your black sock liner inside, and then inside the insole is a black insole with that white Jumpman. And then on the outsole here is predominantly all black outsole, which I really like because it won't get too dirty. You have your yellow traction pod here, the stars in the middle of the toe box, and you had that little Air Jordan embossed in the middle of the outsole. But if you guys want to protect your outsole, guys, from getting all nasty and dirty, make sure you guys get on that drip grip. Use my discount code JumperMan10. It is the best sole protector on their market today. No slippage, no tears, multiple wears. I've worn these at a sneaker event, and my goodness, it's so dirty. But hey, it cleans the soles, protect the soles. So make sure you guys get on that. Make sure you guys get on that drip grip. Use my discount code JumperMan10. You guys have it, guys. These are the Air Jordan 4 Thunders. That's right. And this is actually one of my most anticipated shoes that's coming out in 2023, which I cannot wait for these things to come out. They already shock drop, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be excited for these to come out. Again, these things will be everywhere. And when I say everywhere, everywhere. It's going to be a Super GR. They're going to be in JD Sports, probably doing EA, you know, Flex app, Sneakers app. I'm pretty sure Sneakers app will probably have over like 200,000 pairs on their Sneakers app. You guys already know, everybody's going to go after these things too. Resellers, botters, you know, moms, old heads, sneakerheads, all that. So it's probably going to be a little bit of, you know, it's going to be a little tough, but I think if you just put a little bit of footwork in, should be just fine. But with that being said, it is an Air Jordan 4. A lot of people complain that Air Jordan 4s are not that comfortable. I think it's fine. You know, I've worn Air Jordan 4 in Disney World and walked 10 hours. It was just fine. I was wearing the canvas, black canvas. I still say it fits about a true to size. They can feel a little bulky, a little tight. So if you want to go a half size up, you know, if you guys have an opportunity to try them out, you know, go to a store, try one size, one the other, see which one feels better. You know, maybe if you're wide-footed, you might want to go a half size, but other than that, I think it goes true to size. It's feeling. Some of these things actually took a little dip since the whole shock drop because they dropped so many pairs. Now these things were at like $400 before they released. Now they're like sitting around like that high 200s. I expect after release date we might see a little bump once everyone take L's and stuff like that. So we could see. I'm actually gonna say that these things are gonna stay at where the price is at. We're around 260 to 280. Maybe certain sizes, bigger sizes, will be at 300. Be very low 300s. Like I don't expect these things to do crazy amount of money, but in due time, this actually might be a pretty good hold in my opinion. There'll still be a decent amount of profit out there, especially if you're trying to get like multiple pairs and stuff like that. But you guys already know. Air Jordan 4s, everybody goes crazy for it. Everybody wants an Air Jordan 4. You guys already know it's been taking over the Air Jordan 1 in the sense of like it would used to sell out all the time, go for a little bit of money. So since they're making so many pairs, I expect to see a couple quality control shoes, especially with glue stains and all that, especially on GS sizes. They always mess them up on GS sizes, but my pair right here is actually looking pretty good. Not too much glue stains and all that, looking really nice. I can appreciate some of that. But definitely when you guys buy these shoes and you guys buy them in store, try to check your pairs, because you guys already know. I've seen where the tag was upside down. I've seen some people complain about the glue stain and all that. So just be prepared. We might actually see, like they did on the Reimagined, that one might have a Nike Air and one might have a Jordan, or one might have upside down Jordan. You never know. Just check your pairs, definitely. But anyway, guys, good luck getting these things, guys. Remember, coming out May 13th, retail at $210. Anyway, guys, just want to say I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. If you guys don't mind, please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if it's your first time here. Comment down below, and please hit that bell for all the notifications when I do drop vids. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media at German Chris on IG, sometime on Twitter, and don't forget Snapchat. And I'm also on TikTok. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm German Chris. Peace.